And a breaking news update, Oconee County deputies arrested Thomas Jay Simmons after they say they got word of child abuse in the area. Investigators tell us the case started when a family member of the victim tipped off deputies last week. Authorities say that Simmons forced the victim to perform a sexual act this year. That victim was 11 at the time. Simmons is charged with criminal sexual conduct with a minor. And We've 7 News is taking a closer look at crime in downtown Greenville's Central Business District after a high-profile burglary at a retail store last month. Overall crime in downtown Greenville is up 5.5% so far this year. But numbers from the Greenville Police Department show that violent crime is down by a little more than 24%. Now, there has been an increase in property crimes like this burglary at Lululemon on Main Street. Those have gone up more than 13%, with the biggest increases in shoplifting and thefts from motor vehicles. We've got a full breakdown of those stats broken down by each type of violent and property crime at WSPA.com.
The Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office says they're looking for a man who is armed and dangerous and wanted for murder. The coroner's office says Dyshawn Moore was shot and killed on Tanglewood Road in Welford about 10 last night. Sheriff's investigators say the man you see pictured here is 29-year-old Jaquavius Moses, and he's charged with Moore's murder. If you have seen this man or know where he may be, call 911.
Thanks, Nicole. Also developing, Asheville police say a shooting suspect has turned himself in after a days-long search. Police say Juan Martinez Jr. is facing charges in a shooting near Tiger Mountain Bar on North Lexington Avenue early Sunday morning. One person was taken to the hospital. Police say it started with a fight involving multiple people inside the bar before a second fight in a nearby parking lot.
Communications says someone cut the company's fiber lines in Anderson County. The company says early this morning, fiber optic lines were cut in 2 places, resulting in disruptions for some Spectrum customers. Anderson County Sheriff's Office says they are investigating, saying customers trying to call 911 over Wi-Fi may have been impacted. They're working to find and charge whomever cut the lines.
News update, Governor Henry McMaster says his office has filed a motion to intervene in a lawsuit between the state's election commission and a South Carolina voter. Last month, the Department of Justice formally requested voter list data. The commission first received the deadline on August 21st. Now the DOJ says they have until tomorrow to get the list of information to the federal government. And now a Calhoun County woman has filed a lawsuit against the commission. She argues the DOJ request violates state law, while McMaster argues Crook's complaint overlooks key federal statutes.
The federal government does have the authority to ask for these things, but we want to be sure, because of our interest in, and it's in our Constitution about privacy, they are covered by federal law as making them available under the proper circumstances, and we want to be sure everybody knows that.
Yesterday, the State Election Commission met with the DOJ, preparing a memo for both parties on how to define how voter data could be turned over to the Trump administration.
First Spartanburg, then Greenville, then Anderson County schools. Now Pickens County has the Evolve weapons detection system. Ariana Meadows has a closer look.
From now on, anyone entering into a high school in Pickens County must walk through the new weapon detection system. Pickens County has amped up its security within its schools. The district is using the Evolve weapons detection system. It's more than just a metal detector. It uses AI to identify cylindrical objects and highlights areas to be searched.
I think everyone was looking for a solution that was top of the line as far as technology, but also efficient.
There is an Evolve weapons detection system set up at every main entrance in all 4 high schools in Pickens County.
So every student will walk through a system when they enter the building. They will hand off their Chromebook to a staff member so it does not set off a false alarm. If it does alert on them, they'll be directed to a station where they'll check on that alert.
The principal of Easley High School says having this system here shows Pickens County is committed to keeping students, staff, and visitors safe.
I had a student in passing today told me that after they went through the system that their anxiety was low this morning. So where I was concerned from a principal standpoint that maybe it would add some initial anxiety to students as they went through a new system, what we saw is students understand the safety component.
The district says the detection system can be used anywhere.
And the great thing about it, they're portable. So we can shift them to a middle school or an elementary school or to a sports function. The ability to be able to randomly shift things around is part of the power of this product.
So far, so good.
Yeah, as a parent, I would be thrilled knowing that my student came through this every day and that every student was checked for any type of weapons, knowing that they're safe while at school and that there's no threat of someone in the school with a weapon is a great feeling as a parent and staff member.
Spartanburg, Greenville, and Anderson counties now have this evolved weapons detection system. In Pickens County, Ariana Meadows, 7 News.
The school district of Pickens County's Board of Education spent $1.3 million installing that system. Mothers Against Drunk Driving South Carolina thinks they have a powerful new tool to get drivers' attention, starting with a traffic ticket.
7 News' Julia Keener spoke with one family who hopes that seeing their little boy's face on that ticket folder might make someone think twice. It's a story you'll only see here on 7 News.
Law enforcement agencies across South Carolina are now handing out these folders during routine traffic stops, hoping to turn a tough moment into one that really makes people stop and think.
It's something that, we have to wake up and think about every day.
11-year-old Ethan Rubenzer was on his way to school in 2019 when a driver under the influence took his life.
It's been over 6 years, but there's no, it's not something that gets better or heals. It's something that changes and that you adapt to over time.
Now his face, frozen in a picture, is on the back of thousands of ticket folders MAD distributed to law enforcement agencies statewide.
Unfortunately, we can't patrol everywhere at every moment, so it's important that the community is aware of the risk of driving impaired. And that's what these folders or pamphlets do, is they educate people on the risks that can be associated. It gives people a face to think about, a family that's been affected by that decision before they make that decision.
Ethan's story is part of a bigger mission, to put real faces and real loss in front of drivers in a moment deputies say they're most likely to listen.
The hope is that it'll hit closer to home. People will see that it could have been my loved one. It could have been the family I know.
It gets more meaning when you see somebody's face and you see their story. And that's a story that then just ends. He's gone.
And that's the goal, to make people think twice before making a choice they can't take back.
It's 100% preventable.
Or better yet, plan ahead before using drugs or alcohol.
Just fundamentally, one of the most selfish things that I could think of a person doing is for temporary convenience because they think nothing's going to happen to them until it does.
In Spartanburg, Julia Keener, 7 News.
The sheriff's office says they'll be focusing on getting those folders into the hands of younger drivers trying to save lives down the road.